Japan, late 1980s. A country in the midst of modernization, known for its order, discipline, and low crime rate, suddenly finds itself shaken by a series of crimes so brutal they defy fiction. The perpetrator was neither a skilled genius nor a Yakuza mobster. He was a shy and withdrawn man, trapped in a world of fantasies and obsessions. When he was finally arrested, the police and society discovered something even more terrifying than the murders themselves. This is the story of Tsutomu Miyazaki, the monster Japan didn't want to see. Japan, 1962. Tsutomu Miyazaki is born into a prosperous family that owns a local newspaper. A boy who has everything, except a real connection to the outside world. From a young age, Tsutomu carries a burden that leaves him embarrassed, a malformation in his hands that isolates him. He is called the strange boy. His peers distance themselves from him, and he retreats into a world of solitude. Tsutomu is a quiet child, a spectator of his own life. While others play, he immerses himself in comics/manga. Then, in television. Soon, the real world loses its appeal in the face of the safety of fiction. In adolescence, this escape becomes an obsession. It's not just comics, it's violent anime. It's not just television, it's adult cinema. Fantasy blends with a distorted reality, in which cruelty and perversion are central themes. But Tsutomu's disconnection isn't just social, it's also familial. They say his mother rejected him, that his father was cold and distant. The only light, the only supporting figure in his life, was his grandfather. But even that light fades. In 1988, his grandfather passed away. For Tsutomu, it's the end of what little anchored him to reality. An immense emptiness consumes him. With no one to guide him, no one to care, Tsutomu's mind begins to disintegrate. The fantasy that had so protected him now takes over. What seemed like a simple obsession with anime and gore transforms into something darker, something more twisted. The man Japan didn't want to see was about to emerge from the shadows. The emotional void and disconnection turned into an abyss that would soon claim its first victims. The nightmare Japan never dreamed of manifested itself with increasing cruelty. In August 1988, 4-year-old Mari Kano disappeared. Miyazaki gained her trust and took her to a solitary place. After inflicting a gruesome end on her, he used her small body for morbid purposes, dismembering her hands and feet and burning her bones. But his terror didn't end there. To torment her family, he sent her remains along with a postcard. In October of that same year, 7-year-old Masami Yoshizawa became his second victim. Deceived by Miyazaki, he took her to a forest and inflicted a tragic end on her. Her body was found soon after, sparking panic. In December, 4-year-old Erika Namba was kidnapped and murdered. Miyazaki, with unimaginable cruelty, intensified the sadism of his crimes. Not only did he repeat them, but he also psychologically tortured their families. He sent them letters detailing his crimes, along with photographs and the remains of his victims. Finally, in June 1989, 5-year-old Ayako Nomoto became his last victim. He lured her away. Promising to take photographs, he met her fatal end. He kept her body in his apartment for 2 days. An autopsy would reveal unthinkable acts. The search for Miyazaki ended with a stroke of luck and the bravery of some neighbors. On July 23, 1989, Miyazaki was caught in Hakioji, Tokyo, taking inappropriate photos of a young girl. Neighbors held him until the police arrived. In his apartment, detectives uncovered the chilling truth. They found 5,763 videotapes, many of them anime, horror films, and adult material. The press dubbed him the otaku killer. The fantasy world he had so carefully cultivated finally collapsed. The court case was lengthy and received widespread media attention. The defense claimed mental illness, which prompted numerous psychological evaluations. However, experts determined that, despite his personality disorders, Miyazaki was fully capable of acting. He was aware of his actions. On April 14, 1997, Tsutomu Miyazaki was sentenced to death, and the Supreme Court upheld the sentence in 2006. On June 17, 2008, he was executed by hanging in Tokyo. A country proud of its security, order, and traditions discovered in the most brutal way that danger can lurk behind the most serene facade. Miyazaki's story is not just about a murderer. It is a story about social isolation, emotional disconnection, and the dark side of limitless fantasy. This killer's life echoed the loneliness felt by many in a society that often prioritizes conformity over connection. What do you think? Was Miyazaki the product of a system that failed him, or of an absolute, incomprehensible evil? Thank you for joining me on this journey into the depths of human darkness. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you soon for another night of mystery.